Hello to all the comic geeks, Marvel fans, and all the nerds in between. Welcome to another episode of Vigilante Vibes podcast, where we talk all things Marvel, along with other fandoms, but without the toxicity that's taken up way too much time in each and every fandom. I'm your host, Megan Nicole, and today I have a very special guest with me. She is the creator by the Crook Cut, the movie podcast, and has joined us to talk all about herself and her podcast. Please welcome Rhys Crook.
Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I was like, do I just jump in and say hello?
I realize I don't give much opportunity there to figure that out. I just
No,
realized
that's
that.
okay. I think I nailed the hello, and now I'm making it awkward.
No, you're good. The biggest awkward thing is when I mispronounce someone's name and they're like, uh, hi, it's
Yeah.
actually this. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Well, you got the pronunciation right and or the pod name right and everything, so you're also nailing it.
Look at us. We are just killing it today. So, your podcast, The Crook Cut, it is brand new. It is a movie
Mhm.
podcast. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so I love movies, obviously, and I really wanted to jump in online and create something. Um, I don't feel I'm personally at a point yet where I was like comfortable enough to do like a lot of video content on my own. So I was like, why not just do the pod, mainly audio, and then we'll see how we go from there. So I just took a leap of faith. I had my mic and all the equipment bought months and months and months ago, and I was just sitting on it. And then I joined the Threads app, and the community on there is so like it's the safest place on the internet that I've discovered. Um, and then I grew like have a little bit of a following, and then they're all like, just go for it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. So it's been really good so far.
I've listened to some of it and I really dig it. I think you have a great thing going. And you're
Thank
100%
you.
correct. The Threads podcast network, I've said it so many times, that is the best place to go. If you're starting off, if you're a veteran podcaster, these people just want you to succeed and they want to be your friend and they want to collaborate. And you don't find that ever. And it's so nice.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the fact that Threads is mostly so faceless. Like I feel and other platforms you get comments about like what you look like and like the equipment you have and like even like my background right now and like I really enjoy that they're all judging me on my content and the words I put out and not like me and stuff like that. So I think that was definitely the hold up. But I don't know, I get so many lovely DMs and like messages from people all the time. Like it's such a safe space.
It is. And you're right. Like YouTube is a terrifying place, but I mean, every place on the internet's gonna have those people. You just, at some
Mm.
point, you're just like, I want to do what I want to do. I used to
Yeah.
be the same way. I was terrified. I was like, don't put my face anywhere. Don't put my name anywhere. I want nothing to do with anyone. But then after a while, you grow very confident in your content and your audience, and your listeners really do help. They bring you so much, I don't want to say confidence again, but they give you so much reassurance that you're on the right path. And I really think you are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I tried to like I feel like a lot of people are out there doing movie content. So I was like, how can I kind of put my own spin on it while being like and I'm never gonna sit here and be like, oh, doing what everyone else is doing is boring. I'm like, go for it, do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, but that's why I've tried with mine to be less about like reviewing and like doing what other people are doing. I keep my format very short and I try and do like multiple movies at once, maybe with like a connecting thread of some sort. I think the one of my episodes I dropped was like my favorite scores. So that's like a little bit random, a little bit different. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I tried to do a movie review and then it just felt like I was like, you have to like this because I like it. And I got like, I was like, I can't put that out. I can't tell people that. Because you know you get so passionate about things you care about, and I listened to it back and I was like, oh, I'm accidentally kind of like bullying everyone into liking this, so I better woo back a bit. But yeah, so I've been enjoying doing the stuff I've been doing. I've tried to plan as much as I can because it goes the time goes so fast when you're trying to work on a project as well as like your own in real life stuff going on.
Yes, I 100% get that. I spent so much time this week just editing, and I was like, I don't even know what I talked about. Like you just you work on it for so long. You're like, I don't even know what episode this is. It doesn't even matter. It's a lot, but I do like how you bring something very new to the movie podcast. Because, like you said, a movie podcast is a dime a dozen. And, everyone has their own little kind of spin on it. They all make it their own, which I love. And you can't go wrong with a movie podcast because a movie podcast is usually all about someone's thoughts on a movie. It's very much what they think of it. So you'll never find the same one. Yours I like because it does give you something more, like you said, more than reviews. It gives you like the score. You do multiple movies. And I think that's really cool. Like that's something very out of the box. And you're offering so many different things to so many different types of movie nerds. Like I have a friend who is all about scoring. He would die for that. And you nailed that.
Thank you. Yeah, I really tried to brainstorm and I was like, how can I be like a little bit different? And I've like definitely teased that I'll like do reviews in the future maybe, but I at the moment I'm just really happy with the format I have going. Um and then like a little bit about how I got into movies. I actually had my wisdom teeth taken out and I was stuck in a chair. So I was like, how am I going to make the time pass? And I put on Scream and I watched 1, 2 and 3 in one day and I was like this is going to be my new favorite thing. Movies are my new favorite thing. Um so I've also been doing this like series where because in my opinion like there's so many movies and like I look at myself when I first started and I was like imagine I watched Interstellar. I would have been like no, I'm not. Like this is too tricky for me. So I've actually got a like series running in the pod as well where I hesitate to say entry level, but I'm trying to like encourage people who are getting into films, some movies they could watch in each genre that are going to touch on different aspects of the genre and that they can enjoy before they go into like Interstellar and like, deep diving into these more like phenomenal, like maybe a little bit more critical thinking films. Cause I really am scared that like people are going to go in, try and watch these good movies and be like, like this is not for me. So I've been doing that series as well, which I quite enjoy. I actually have received a little bit of like unsureness from other people. They've been a bit critical of it, but I don't know. I feel like I just want people to come to my page or like feel that they can like contact me and like ask questions and stuff like that. And I just want to help everyone enjoy movies and everything like that.
I like that. So you're kind of like the gateway into these because there are a lot of genres I don't know a thing about that I would really like to know. Like horror genre, I get nightmares like crazy. So I don't know anything about it, but I'd like to. So I think that's a really cool thing you do.
Yeah, I just want everyone to be able to come to like any sort of genre, any movie, and just be like, I can enjoy this. And I think like the invention of like letterbox is great, but like everyone can be so critical.
Yeah.
And I obviously have movies I don't like and don't enjoy, but I always try and find, well, I can see why people enjoyed this, or I can see like the silver lining here. Um, and yeah, I just really want to encourage everyone to take out of movies and cinema what they take out of it. And that if you like something in a different capacity to someone else, that doesn't mean you don't like it. Yeah, I just want it to be like a safe space for everyone.
I love that. We need more safe spaces. Everyone I have on my podcast is a safe space. And like, it just does my heart so good to see new safe spaces because it's scary out there. The internet is scary. People are scary. The world is scary. We need somewhere where we can just turn off our brain. We know we won't hear something that kind of triggers us. We know this person won't add toxicity to our life. We just need a safe voice to
Mm,
talk us through the things we really like.
yeah. And I know like I started my MCU journey 6 months ago, and
Hmm.
it is very hard to ask questions on the internet about it. As you would know, I'm very fortunate that I started a new job and met like one of my coworkers was like getting into the MCU, and I like no, he encouraged me to get into the MCU. So I go to him with all my questions because even when I sound so ridiculous, he's like, "No, Rhys." He's very kind and stuff. The internet is less forgiving when it comes to the MCU. I
They're so
I
mean.
they are. I misquoted something from Winter Soldier. I thought in one of the scenes Natasha was saying, "Do you want to play a game from Saw, the movie Saw?" And I was trying to find the scene, and I was like, "Guys, like I'm trying to find this scene." And then the first comment I got was, "Oh, it's actually from War Games." And I was like, "Oh, silly me, no problem." And then I got about 80 comments just being like, "You're so stupid. Like, I can't believe you thought that." And I was like, "Guys, I don't think it was that serious. Like, I'm so sorry."
It's so excessive. Like, you didn't
I
hurt
know.
anyone. Oh
I
God.
know, I know, and I got DMs being like, "Take this down, you're spreading misinformation," and I was like, "Oh, like, I don't think it's a problem making a mistake and, like, acknowledging the mistake or whatnot."
No, none
So
of this
yeah.
is real. The
Yeah.
movie's not real. Like, Natasha isn't real. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, it was definitely that was the day I was like, "Oh, like, the internet can be very unforgiving, can't it?"
It absolutely can. I remember in Endgame, Natasha in the Marvel comics, I don't know if you have much,
I know
uh,
nothing about the comics.
that's perfectly fine.
So
So
you
in the
could tell me
comics,
anything and I'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, cool."
so in the comics, she's like a ballerina. She's very heavy into ballet. And in Avengers Endgame, on the side, you see some ballet slippers, which was a reference to her being a ballerina. And I went online and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this Easter egg I just found. And everyone, it was like 200 comments that were like, how did you not see that? Are you stupid? Are you blind? Did you even
Oh,
what open your eyes when you watched the movie? And I was like,
yeah.
oh my
Sorry.
God, oh my God. Did I offend you? It was
Yeah.
weird. But then you like,
Yeah.
some of them are so mean that if you just like go at them super nice, they're like, oh, I don't know. So a few of them I said, oh my gosh, that's so great that you saw that. That's awesome. And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Kill them with kindness, hey?
yeah, but you're not doing it with good intentions. You're just doing it to make them feel weird. So it's like, is it killing them
Yeah.
with kindness or are you just being petty? Who knows?
Yeah.
But it worked out.
I find that when I match them with kindness as well, they usually delete their comments. So I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're just upset, and now you just realized that I'm a human on the other end, so you've, like, chilled out a bit." But my point to all of that was just like, yeah, I hope people find my page and can listen to my podcast and feel like I'm not telling them they have to. And I always say at the end of my pod, like, if you disagree or you took something different from this movie, feel free to let me know. Like, I'm so open to discussion. And I think people forget that we all view media and pop culture through the lens in which we live in. Like, I can't look at something from, like, you're in America and I'm in Australia. I'm not going to look at something with an American identity. I'm looking at something through an Australian identity. So I think sometimes people forget that we're all going to take different things out because we're all in different facets of life and experience life differently. So I just hope people feel like that when they find me.
I will say you're very, very warm. Like you're very comforting to talk to. And even listening to you on your podcast, I was just like, it's like drinking a hot cup of tea. Like it's just nice. There's no drama. It's just very, very sweet. And I really like that.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that
Welcome.
you feel that way. That's definitely what I try and put out. I almost sometimes feel like I'm like, okay, I think they get it. I think they get that you're okay, like with different opinions. But I just want to remind everyone, like, I don't know, we're all different. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, you also have to think like that episode you're telling them that could be the first episode they listen to you. So like I said, like I say in all of every single one of mine, there's no racism, there's no sexism, there's no homophobia, none of that toxicity. You won't find any in any of my channels. And I feel like you do have to reiterate that point because it's like this is my vibe, this is my channel, this is what you're not gonna get, and this is what you are gonna get.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's good that people can find stuff like that. And there's definitely room for um more like I don't know the correct word, more like crude or more like crass like content. There's definitely room for that and some people enjoy that. It's just like not something I want to facilitate or foster. Um yeah, I want to remain true to who I am and stuff like that. And yeah, I just want to be open and, warm as you say. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying that.
It's no problem. So you're basically a movie expert. What has been your favorite movie to dive into?
Oh, like on the pod so far?
Yeah, yeah, we'll do that.
Um, Hi, I'm coming across a bit biased. It's actually Sebastian Stan, big fan over here.
Stop. Stop. I haven't stopped thinking about him in like 4 years.
Literally,
Oh,
I just got my phone down here. I'll show you my it's my
oh,
background if you can see.
I
Oh.
can.
It's the Winter Soldier. Um, but my favorite movie, probably for the year that I watched so far, is called A Different Man.
Hmm.
And it's got Sebastian Stan, and it just explores like the themes of like identity crisis and imposter syndrome. And I just like I experience a bit of like imposter syndrome and inferiority complex sometimes. And it kind of interchangeably explores all those themes. And it was like the first time I've like watched a movie where I was like, oh my God, like I get that.
Yeah.
And it was more than like, oh, I don't feel like myself in my body because of my appearance. But it's like I inherently, like in my soul, don't feel like myself. And I felt like, wow, and just the way they like displayed it on screen and like the metaphors and everything in it, like it's so beautiful, that movie. I honestly will praise it till the end of time. Like I love it so much. And I think they do it in such a unique way, in that our main character has, and I don't know his proper condition, but he has like dysmorphia like in his face and stuff like that. um just this genetic disease that he has. And yeah, I just think it's so clever. I don't know if you've seen that one or seen much
I
about that one.
haven't. I haven't. I want to
Yeah.
see. You said it's a better man?
Yeah, I think it might have been, sorry, there was another movie released this year with like an identical name, and I get them confused.
Oh, that's okay. I do too. Anything that's not Marvel, I tend to confuse it all.
I know, but you said, "Oh, I'm a film expert." Now I sound so silly, don't I?
You're still a film expert.
Thank you, thank you. It's A Different
A
Man.
different man. Okay, I'm putting that in my
Yeah.
notes right now.
A Better Man was like about one of our singers here, I think, and he was played like he was a monkey. Like he was a monkey in a human world. I haven't really seen much about that one.
What?
But yeah, it was called A Better Man, and then we got A Different Man, and then there was like another one coming out that's something man, and I got them all confused.
There's just too many men.
Yes, too
Yeah.
many. Where's the women? Where's well, just let's say a different. Let's not even put
Yeah.
man to it.
Yeah, and they're all
Um,
so complex. These men need to calm down.
yeah, but that one for sure. And Enora. I don't know if you've seen Enora. They won quite a few awards at the Golden Globes, I think. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting them all confused
I
now.
never get, don't worry about the word shows. None of us know. Don't
I
worry.
get them. There's so many, and they happen like kind of together, and I just yeah, I
Yeah.
get them a bit all like blended in with each other.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. Nora, I haven't seen. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to starting new movies. I'm a comfort movie girly all day. Like I
Mm,
rewatch everything I watch now, I have rewatched before.
yeah,
And like I'm fine with that. I'll try a new movie. Like Marvel, I'll try anything, but I think that's just who I am as a person. But
yeah.
Nora, I heard a lot of good things about it, but I never was like, I gotta watch it right now. What is it? What's it about?
Well, it's funny you say because a lot of the marketing didn't really reach Australia. So I was in the cinema with my mum, and I was like, "Do you want to go? We can either watch Nosferatu or Anora." And she was like, "Oh, I'm not really into like Nosferatu." And I was like, "Fine, we'll watch Anora." I was like, "I don't know what it's about. Like, I don't know what we're walking into." And yeah, we walk into this movie that starts off with our main character fully nude, like she's working in a strip club or something. And I was like, I'm really not sure what we're watching, mum. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm really not sure what we're watching. Um, and on paper, it sounds a bit silly. It's like, oh, like a sex worker gets married and then the parents of the son want to get it annulled. Is that the word? Annulled or
Yeah,
something like
annulled.
ended.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like it sounds a bit trivial. Like it sounds so silly." But it's just this like exploration of again like this identity. Like her whole identity is tied to the fact that she's a sex worker, and then by the end you realize like she's a human being. Like,
Mhm.
she's still a human being. And like I can't really say too much without like spoiling too
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
but
yeah.
essentially like she marries one of her clients in this like whirlwind romance, and then the parents are like, no, no, like we're not doing this. And then it's just like the story of how they like kind of unfold the marriage and stuff. And yeah, it's actually a very beautiful piece of media. And I remember when the last scene plays and you could have heard a pin drop in the cinema. It was dead silence. And then I'm not sure how your cinemas do it if they're a little bit different, but ours the credits start rolling and they roll for maybe like 10 seconds and then the lights will slowly like come on and then you can leave.
Yeah.
Well, the credits were rolling, the lights went on and everyone was just like frozen. Like no one was moving, no one said a word, and then we all just silently exited out and I was like, it's like taking your breath away, but in like the
Yeah.
best way possible. Almost like when you like start choking up like you're about to cry. That's what I felt like. I was like it was just so it's such a beautiful movie, and I can definitely see why some people get lost a little bit in like the sex work aspect of it, because the first like 30-40 minutes are heavily about that.
Mhm.
um so like my advice to you would be is like stick it out. I reckon like just get past that if you're not like, it's not the most entertaining things ever on screen. But I don't know, I think I don't know. I feel like we can all find ourselves in the theme of like lack of identity or loss of identity or just struggling to know who we are, because we're all just trying to find our place in the world. Um, and movies like Anora and A Different Man, like to me, really highlight that, but in like the most real, like human way. Um, I know obviously some movies like are so unrealistic. You're just like, yeah, okay, like that's the theme, but like that could never happen. But these ones just feel so like real and authentic, and like you're just looking at someone's life. I don't know. I find them so just like special and stuff like that.
They're almost haunting in a way because it's like that could happen. And I mean, it might not happen just like that, but the way they portray it is such a beautiful thing. And I've seen some movies that kind of leave you stunned, like, oh, I didn't think we were gonna do this. But you and your mom are so ballsy. You just walk into a movie, you know nothing about it.
I know. I'm not a trailer watcher. I feel like trailers nowadays ruin movies. I don't know. I feel like I've seen half the movie.
That's fair.
Um, the only trailers I watch is when I'm in the theater and I'm like, they run some of the trailers beforehand. Other than that, I don't watch. I try not to like spoil anything, and I try and block out all the noise from people online. Because I get really nervous. I don't know, you would have seen like all the Sinners reviews coming
Yeah.
out, and everyone's like so excited about it. And I text my friend and I was like, I'm really scared if I don't like this. Like, I don't know what to do if I don't like it, because so many people are like, this is like cinema's back, cinema's back. Um, but yeah, I never try and review anything before I watch it. And unfortunately, I'm sitting next to my mum as we're opening up in the middle of a strip club about a sex worker, and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, mum. Sorry, mum." I mean, mum doesn't mind, and like it's fine. But I was like, "Oh, sorry."
But it's still like it's your mom, you know? Like my mom wouldn't care
Yeah,
either, but I'd still be like, I'm so sorry I did this to you. You don't
I think
deserve
I like
this.
sat forward and I like put my hair in front of my eyes, and I was like, "I'm not gonna look over."
So so most of the movies you see, you go into just completely blind.
Yeah, I try to as much as possible. And I put it down to one of my mates was like, I never even considered this. This has only been like the last couple months. He was like, I hate when someone says this was wrong with the movie or this was good with the movie, because then I'm watching the movie waiting for that moment, waiting to react. And I was like, huh, that's so interesting. Like I've kind of done it to you now, because I'm like the end scene of Enora. So now you're just gonna be like waiting. I
Oh,
know there's
don't
gonna be
worry.
something good.
I live for spoilers. I actively look them out. Like I have a problem. I don't know if it's an anxiety thing or whatever, but it makes me more comfortable, more excited for a movie to know. Like with Thunderbolts coming out. I already know things. I know it all. I'm still hyped to see it though. But I get
Yeah.
some people really, really do hate spoilers. I've seen that happen. Like they're like, you just ruined the whole movie for me. It's like, my gosh, I get it. So I think you going into movies completely blind, that's so different because usually movie podcasts are like, oh, this trailer came out, let's watch it together. Let's look into it. Let's take it scene by scene. And you go completely blind. That's really cool.
Yeah, I feel really lucky that I'm mostly on the internet too, and I do see things and things happen like all the time. But I hardly ever stumble across a spoiler. Like I get sad when people spoil stuff and don't say spoiler ahead, like.
Yeah.
But if I see spoiler ahead and I continue to read it or watch it, that's on me. I'm okay with that. It's just when it's like spoiled, you're like, oh no. I will say for horror movies, I'm a big scaredy cat, but I still try and watch them. I definitely, if I'm feeling really worked up and nervous, I will do a quick like, okay, I think I can handle this. I think I can do it. Because obviously words spoiling something on a screen is different to your viewing experience. Like you say about Thunderbolts, like you may know what's going to happen. You don't know what that's going to look like, though. So,
Yeah.
it's still something you can explore and still be new and exciting.
Hmm. So you brought up Sinners. Have you seen Sinners?
I haven't seen that one yet.
No? Oh my gosh, I want to see it, but like I don't like blood. So I'm just kind of
Yeah,
asking everyone what they think of it just to live vicariously through them.
yeah. Isn't that another one that's on paper seems a little silly? Like, one actor playing twins and like, vampires or something. Like on paper, you're like, okay. Like, I'm not sure how this is going to work. And then apparently it's like very good.
Apparently, it's like the best reviewed movie in the past decade. And I remember kind of like making fun of it before, not like the actors or anything, but discussing film on Twitter, they put out alerts. They're like movie poster for Sinners, but they were calling the twins Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. And I remember just laughing every time, like, what is this about to be? Because they're like, here's the trailer showing Michael B. Jordan and his twin, Michael B. Jordan. I was like, it's the same guy. It's the same dude. So I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm
really
not taking
funny.
this seriously. They're not taking it seriously. So it's just gonna be funny. And then everyone sees it and they're like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
so
know.
happy about it
Um,
though.
I don't know if you have Letterbox, but they have like the top 250 narrative list on Letterbox, and it's jumped to 197 already. Yeah, like movies don't get on that list. Like 12 Angry Men's on that list from like 1953. Like movies don't really get
Yeah.
on there that quickly, and it's already 197 out of 250. That was last I checked.
Yeah, I don't have Letterboxd because that's just another thing to do. Because I review movies, Marvel movies, and that on my podcast. So it's like I'm not doing all that extra work. I'm good.
Yeah, I like it just to log everything.
Okay.
I hardly ever rate or review anything. Like, I don't know how people can rate everything they see. Sometimes I'm like, I just liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, like I review comics for nerdinitiative.com, and some of the people I review comics with, they just have like these beautiful things like, and then you don't see the climatic part of this story that dates back to 1979. And I'm like, I really like their outfits. I think they're nice. It's like I don't get
That's
it.
me. I always have the most random, like, loves or gripes about movies. Like, I'm like, "Nah, didn't like it." Didn't
I
like that
do.
outfit. I'm like, "They give off a bad energy. Didn't like them."
I'm the same way. I'm like, I didn't like the vibe or the way she walked into the situation. She just knew what she was doing. And other people are like, the biggest part of the movie was the story throughout how everyone felt. And I was like, like, but she didn't have to make that face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually interesting you bring that up as well. That's, definitely, like, one thing I didn't say is, like, what I enjoy about cinema as well. I know I just was, like, saying I enjoyed those, movies for, like, the themes, but half the time, I'm only looking if there's, like, fun names. Like, Sky High is one of my favorite superhero movies because
Yes.
one of the characters' names is War and Peace, and I just think that is, like, top tier cinema. That is, like, who thought of that?
I love Sky High so much. And I remember when I first saw it, I was like, War and Peace. Like,
Yeah.
what a stupid name. And then my dad was like, War and Peace. And I was like, that can't be it. No one's that smart. No one can think about that. That's just not
I know.
real.
I literally, like, jaw on the floor every time I see him come on screen. Can I just say, as a fellow Sky High fan,
Mhm.
Layla and Warren, they were endgame to me. They should have ended up together.
Yeah, I think I took issue with that my entire life. And I keep hearing things about a sequel, and then they're like, just kidding. But really though, there's gonna be a sequel, but just kidding. And I just feel like I'm being manipulated and gaslit. I don't appreciate it.
It's probably the only movie ever that I'm like, yes, give me a sequel. Give me
Give me
Sky College.
everything.
Give me Sky College. Like,
Give me
please.
everything. You have to do it while Kurt Russell is still alive. He
Yes.
has to be there. That like I swear to you, every single day of my life, I hear him in my head say, "What's your name and what's your power?" Every day. I don't know why. I think about that every single day, and I cannot remember a time I didn't.
Sky High is such a gateway into the MCU, isn't it?
I
It's like the first superhero movie that everyone loves, and then it's like, oh, here's the MCU.
I think it was something that we could relate to at that level because we were very young. I mean, the MCU, if I was that young, I think I'd look at it and not understand anything. It's just such a huge concept. But then you have Sky High, you can relate to it. You understand the emotions, the feelings, what's going on. Your parents can see, can like it too. I think you're absolutely right. It's the gateway.
Yeah, and Zoom. I don't know if you've heard of Zoom or seen Zoom before, but that's another kind of superhero one.
I feel like I do. I feel like I'm blanking really hard. Zoom. If I Google Zoom, this app is going to come up. So
That's okay.
that's okay.
But that's definitely another one that I was like, yes, this is great. And then I go on the internet, it's like universally hated. I was like, ah, dang.
I know so many movies that I'm like, it was a really good one. Everyone's like, ew, you like that one? Like, well, yeah. Like,
Like,
what?
on the outside, you have to be like, duh. And then on the inside, you're like, no, that's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you're like, how long have I gone not knowing that people hated that movie? And I've been talking it up my entire life. Like the animated Anastasia. I remember I probably watched that movie. There's no way I haven't watched it under 500 times in my life. I was obsessed. And every time I bring it up, someone they're like, that inaccurate movie. It is so historically inaccurate. I'm like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's good. It's stuck with me.
Yeah. I mean, you like what you like, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. So what movies do you like that like most people don't?
Um, I'm not sure I have like I can't really think of any off the top of my head. I know there's this one. My brother, if he listens to this, is gonna be cringing. It's actually called Willy's Wonderland, and it's about murderous animatronics, and it's got Nicolas Cage in it. And the funny part about that movie is he doesn't talk. He doesn't say a word the whole movie. And it was supposed to be like a little like Five Nights at Freddy's before Five Nights at Freddy's were a
Okay.
thing. And the plot is messy. It's like, show don't tell is the best part of cinema. They tell you, they hold your hand the whole way. It's not good CGI, it's not good graphics. But I love that movie so much. I've seen it so many times. And every time I watch it, my brother's like, I cannot believe you're watching it again. And I'm like, dude, this movie is so good.
As soon
But
as you
it's not.
said Nick Cage is in the movie, I was like, of course he is. You didn't have to
Yeah.
tell me. I'd believe you.
And like, yeah, he just doesn't talk and he has his little sunglasses on and he's just like the whole movie. And yeah, it's really just, it's so ridiculous. But I'm like, you know what? I always say this in the pod as well. Movies are entertainment first, and that movie is entertaining as hell. Like, I love that movie so much.
Oh my God. I've never heard of it, but it sounds, no offense, it sounds horrible. It sounds
It
so
is horrible.
bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. But I think it's got like a 2.2 on Letterboxd, so how bad could it really be?
Probably pretty bad.
Do you have any movies like that? Like, are you a big fan of like Ant-Man Quantumania or something like that?
I liked that movie, but I can admit that movie had problems. One I really liked. Well, I really like the Ghost Rider movies, which apparently everyone hates, but one that I get the most trash for is Thor: The Dark World. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Yeah. Everyone says they hate it. They're like, the writing is trash. It's trash. This is trash. I'm like, you just don't see the vision. You just don't get
Yeah.
it. You're not a real fan. You don't understand.
I've only seen it once, and the only reason I struggled to watch it is because I knew Ragnarok and Love and Thunder were next, and I knew they were pretty visually, like, I'm visual, like, I
Yeah.
love it. You could have a bad story, but if it's a pretty movie, I'm there. So I think I was like, "Come on, end, finish, I wanna go," 'cause that movie is, the dark world, but it
Yeah.
also is quite a visually dark
Yeah.
and, like, not very colorful movie, and I knew they were coming, so I was like, "Eh," but I didn't see the hate. I was like, it is what it is.
Yeah. People were like, if there's a comic book superhero movie that people don't like, they immediately bring in the comics to it. And they're like, well, it's not comic accurate. It's not this. This is what he's supposed to do. This isn't how they're supposed to get along. It's like, it's not real. It's just a movie. The comics aren't real either. It's fine. We're all okay.
Plus,
But
isn't there probably, like, 100 comics per, like, movie? Like, there'd be 100
somewhere
comics
around
they
that,
could fit,
yeah.
yeah, like, they're not gonna get everything right.
And it's not, the MCU isn't based off the comics. It's very loosely based off the comics. So you can keep up with the MCU just fine without knowing anything comic-wise. It just adds a little flavor if you do understand the comics because you can see those references and get really hyped about it.
Yeah, like you're excited about the ballet shoes. I too would have been so excited about that as well.
Yeah, it's
It's like
like,
you know something that the masses don't. You're like, "Oh, I know what that
oh my
means."
gosh, you feel so special. Like, I was watching Daredevil Born Again. I was like, oh, I understood that reference. Oh, I'm so special. Oh my goodness. And then you get online and everyone's like, oh my God, did you see that? I was like, whatever. I knew it first.
Yeah, I love that. That's definitely me. Or I'm the opposite because I always watch the Marvel movies and then I'll watch Dissembled because I know they're gonna explain something I didn't know. And I know in Multiverse of Madness, I thought America was just a random character. And then they're like, no, like she's this teenage girl with
Yeah.
all these jean jackets. And I'm like, they even did costume accurate, like that's what she looks like in the comics. I was so like blown away by that. So
Yes, that gay little hero. I was so glad they gave her a little pride pin. They like went so full with it. And we haven't seen her since. And it's been lonely because I really like her character. I really like who they got to play her. And it's just like, what are they doing? Because she's at every single premiere. Bless her heart. She shows up to everyone. And it's been years.
I probably would too. I'd be like,
I would
see that
too.
even if I was a little back character, I'd be like, see that person running? That's me. That's me right there.
100% she's able to get in because she's in the MCU and she rides that ticket all the way home. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I would too. If I
Me too.
was, like you said, if I was cashier number 4 in a movie 10 years ago, I'm going to the premieres.
I would be too.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
exactly. So this has been so much fun talking to you. You're amazing. Your podcast is so much fun. And I wish you
Thank you.
so much luck in the world. Podcasting it's hard, but once you kind of realize like, okay, I'm just doing this for me. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not doing this for attention. This is just what I want to do. Then it's fine. It's good. And you
Yeah, I
seem very
definitely
comfortable.
enjoy it. Yes, thank you. That's so nice. I think my first episode I was like whispering a little bit. I It was like 10 p.m. at night and my housemate was asleep. But now I'm like, nah, I'm filming, I'm recording, like sorry.
So, can you tell my listeners where they can find you so they can follow you and give your podcast a listen?
Yeah, so just go onto Threads if you can, if you have that one. It's just my name, Rhys.Crook, I think. And then I have my link tree there. I'm just currently based out of Threads really at the moment. But I also have my episodes on Spotify under the Crook Cut, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. So that'll be your place to find the podcast. And then if you want to follow me, like Threads is pretty much the way to go.
It's the only one that matters. It's the only one that anyone feels comfortable on.
It's so safe over there. I never
I
want to
know.
leave.
I never want to either. Whoever is listening to this episode, wherever you're listening to it, look under the episode into the show notes and you will find where you can find the links where you can find Rhys on Threads and you can find her podcast and her link tree. Highly recommend check her out. She, as you can tell from this episode, she is just the best and I'm so excited to see where she goes.
Oh, you're making me see how red I'm getting. Thank you so much. That's so
Oh,
nice.
oh, no problem. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been such a pleasure to get to know you.
Thank you. You as well.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do this again and we'll talk Marvel or something.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I am in. So,
Anytime you want to do a Winter Soldier episode, I'm there.
well, I'm holding you to that. So we're just gonna simp over Bucky for an hour, and I'm fine with that.
Me too.
So wherever you're listening to this episode, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my amazing guests like Rhys or any other future episode. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a marvelous night.